Now, as a man, you hate to be at odds with your woman or women in general, especially I say as a black man, being at odds with black women. And a lot of this really came to head during this past election when there's a lot of men and some black men who voted for Donald Trump or rooting for Donald Trump, didn't want Kamala Harris to win. And the first thing, the women try to say is it's about misogyny, sexism, racism. Don't want to see a black woman running anything. And one of the points I tried to make is that's not fair in this case because you have to understand like the landscape of the world that not too many people, not too many world leaders were going to respect Kamala Harris. And that when Donald Trump gets in the office, he's going to do things that we know that will attempt to make this country better, not as a race particularly, but as the country and to just come along. Kamala Harris, on the other hand, she only ran on like emotion or ran on you know reproductive rights, which I've said many times, you got the right to have all the kids you want. That's not what she's talking about. It's the way you use words are important. LGBT rights, part of the Joe Biden regime that allowed all these migrants to come into this country, I feel was another part of like legalized money laundering, but I got into that into a previous video and what that meant. And yet, and we tried to explain how that affects our economy, how that affects our livelihood as people. But women didn't want to hear that because it's about, their emotions. But the question I have to ask is, do you want to win? And this is a question I asked like one of my granddaughters one time about, she was trying to go back and forth to me about something. We talking about a little kid. And I was trying to tell her, look, do you want to win or do you want to be right? You can win the argument, but you won't be right. I could just say, hey, I'm going about my business, but you won't be right. And, if you're not willing to listen and to learn what I'm trying to tell you, how's it going to help anybody? So that's the same case here. Do you want to win or do you want to be right? You want to win, you want Kamala Harris to win, but how's that going to benefit us as a people? You don't care. You just want Kamala Harris to win. But anyway, here's one reason why America, the majority of the Americans, the majority of the states voted for Donald Trump.
Trump promising to use tariffs as a way to force border reform and prevent drugs from flowing into America. He posted on Truth Social this, I'm quoting, "On January the 20th, as one of my many first executive orders, I will sign all necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming to the United States and its ridiculous open borders. This tariff will remain in effect until such time as drugs, in particular fentanyl, and all illegal aliens stop this invasion of our country."
Now let's go back and look at that real quick. 'Cause that's something that a lot of people did not understand, and something that the Democrats were not going to try to allow you to understand. He said that he's going to invoke this tariff until fentanyl and illegal aliens stop invading this country. That's just a tactic, negotiation tactic to make the other country that these people and this fentanyl is coming from, making them held themselves accountable for what they're allowing to happen in their neighboring country. Good Lord. Think about it. You'll vote Kamala Harris in, the migrants will still come. Because Joe Biden just loosened up the reins on on migrant invasion so they can just come. But Donald Trump saying, no, that's not, that's not going to happen under my regime. And things are already changing, and this man is not even in office.
Stop this invasion of our country. And with China, he will impose an additional 10% tariff on top of the tariffs he's already announced. It will continue until the fentanyl manufacturing in China stops and flowing it through Mexico stops. We've just received this from the president of Mexico. She says the migrant caravans are no longer arriving at the US-Mexico border.
Bottom line, you see, that's what we're talking about. When it comes down to it, to real life issues and issues to try to, you know, to make your life better, that's why you vote for Donald Trump. You can say he's a felon, you can say he's misogynist, say he's done things to women. I'm sorry. I don't like it. Don't agree. Now the felon part, all the cases, that's just bullcorn. All that stuff's gonna get wiped away. Should have never happened anyway. It was only created for him not to be on the ticket. That was it. That was the only reason why it was done. Nothing else. And y'all need to realize that. But with that being said, the whole things about the lawsuits with the women, they say one of them lawsuits is like frivolous and they're gonna get that thing. It was all election interference. You got to understand that. But with that being said, we know that a lot of people you work for, a lot of people you work with probably have done more egregious things than he's been accused of. But yet you still work with them and you still let them sign your checks. So let's be honest about it. You try to say he's a racist. Well, like I said, Joe Biden, he's been known to hang with racists and and give eulogies at racist people funerals and this, that, and the third. So that shouldn't even be a topic of discussion. When it comes down to it, the only option that we have to try to slow these migrants down so we can try to get ourselves, so we can try to lower some of these prices. Because remember, when you got an influx of people coming in, I don't care how you shake it, it's going to cost you more money. Going to cost you more money. Shoot, I can talk about heck, something as simple as like kids or grandchildren coming over to visit, like for the holidays, come over to visit. It's stuff in my kitchen. They ain't been in my kitchen for I don't know how long. Not dealing with Thanksgiving, but it's dealing with, they staying for a few days. So you got to have certain cereals, you got to have certain lunches, food, snacks. That stuff we don't buy on a regular basis. Grocery prices went up. Not complaining, but I'm just telling you what happens when people that not that's not normally here and you influx with millions. Oh, that's why you are paying high prices for a lot of the things you have.
Some impact already. Governor Mike Huckabee joins me now. Governor, do you think these tariffs are basically a negotiating tool?
Well, they're every bit of that, but they're a serious reflection of Donald Trump's big boy attitude. Listen, he is no oil can Harry who's going to show up with a little lubricating oil to just make the machinery of a bloated bureaucracy run smoother. He's coming to play and play big. And that's why people voted for him. It's why I love the guy. He just doesn't come in and say, what do y'all think I should do? He knows what he wants to do, and he's going to get it done, keeping some promises about immigration and drugs, things that are killing this country. He's going to get it fixed, and he isn't going to wait until January the 20th to let people know. And we're already seeing the results. The announcement from the president of Mexico sort of says, yep, he's coming. We better get ready.
Immediate reaction there. Governor, a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hezbollah looks to be imminent. You're President-elect Trump's nominee for U.S. ambassador to Israel. The truth, this is my opinion, that this truce seems to favor Israel. Is that how you see it?
Well, I'm speaking individually, not for the president-elect, and certainly not for the country right now, because I'm not confirmed. But I would say I agree with you. And frankly, I hope it does affect Israel in a more positive way, because it should. They didn't attack Hezbollah. Hezbollah has been attacking them with relentless rockets and missiles and destroying villages and communities in Israel. They've been doing it with an intention to kill civilians. So, yes, I hope it does. But more importantly, I hope that when Donald Trump takes office, and I fully believe he will reinstitute the successful policy he had of maximum pressure on the Iranian government. That's where Hezbollah's funding mostly comes from, as does the funding for Hamas and the Houthis. The Biden administration's failure to bankrupt the Iranians is the reason we have so much total disaster in the Middle East right now.
All change, all kinds of policies change. And with Iran, it's obvious. I think they see him coming. Governor, always a pleasure to have you with us on the show. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks, Stu. You too.
So again, this man's not even in office yet, and people are already tucking tail and getting their act rights on. Say Biden thought he was going to do something smart by, like I say, allowing more migrants to come in freely, but the president of Mexico said, not so fast, because we got business deals to do. This is a capitalistic society. No matter what you think or how you like it, whether you like it or not, we got business deals to do. So yeah, we'll do what we got to do to stop this caravan. We won't allow this caravan to make it to the United States. That's how you do it. And once Canada gets on board and China and all them gets on board, everything. I'm not gonna say everything will run smoothly, but you rid yourself of a problem. But you may not rid yourself of all problems, but hell, at least you just rid yourself of something. Now, if Kamala Harris is in office, we wouldn't rid ourselves of no problems. We'll just continue. But, you know, women will be able to have reproductive rights. I mean, what's more important? Like, seriously. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have intelligent conversation. And I want to thank y'all for watching, but don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you nothing but maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here. If you would like to support us monetarily, you can get super thanks, super chats, or super stickers, or you can go to the description box below. There are links there you can click on that help support us financially. Don't forget to go to marlonmorale.com. That's marlonmorale.com, where you can get 10% off your first purchase of all of our luxury items. I promise you will not be disappointed. And right now, if you want to take advantage of our mini beard kit sale, hit the shop button below. And we have our miniature beard kits. It's sandalwood scented. It has beard oil, beard balm, beard wash. Sandalwood is clinically proven to help stimulate hair follicle growth. So if you're trying to get that beard to reach its full maximum potential, why not use the best product on the market? And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.